It's not my priesthood. It is the priesthood of Jesus Christ. And I was privileged to be part of it. And now I serve as a priest. And that's it. Yeah, I was lucky to be born and brought up in a Catholic family. When I was in grade 4, I began to be the altar server. When we see the priest, when we go to church, and of course, with all their cassock, when they come, and they look really elegant, no doubt about it. And we see, how they pray, how well disciplined they are, and their lifestyle. They have an orderly way of doing things, and that is more beautiful. And when they are participating in the Mass, when they sing together, when they pray, and even respond to the prayers, that looks really impressive. If God wants me to be a priest, definitely I could be a priest. But then just we say that, God is calling and I do nothing about it. I don't think that is the way to deal with life. I prayed before joining, and then the discernment, it's not a spectacular calling, but I took the necessary steps. That is first joining the seminary, going through the formation, and of course, meanwhile, together with the help of the spiritual director and the rectors, formators, can make the discernment and decision. And then I became a priest. I don't think the passing of my dad has anything to do with my faith life, but it had a lot to do with my social life. Being the oldest at home in the family, I have to do everything together with mom. When dad was there, we don't have to bother. He does everything. So the passing of my dad at the age of 14, and when I was just in grade 10, that made me, more responsible. So there was no choice. And of course, mom was there to support and then guide, but then everything I have to do to myself. Yeah, after 4 years of my dad's death, then we were stable and mom was able to do on her own. Then when I decided to join the seminary, I told her after dinner once, and after a pause or silence, and she said, fine, but don't come back. Later on in the conversation, I realized what she meant. You mean business, If you make a choice, stick with it, So that's exactly what she meant with a good intention, purpose. You make a decision and you live with it. The second year of my philosophy, I went to a parish and I got malaria that is caused by the Anopheles mosquito bite. I was throwing up and then sick and cannot eat anything, down with the fever, and there is no one to take care. The parish priest is busy with his work. I'm just, down, not even taking me to the doctor. I told him, get me to the doctor. He said, no, this is fine, you're fine. I said, I'm not fine, I'm sick. And he says, no, this is fine. I said, no, but then I thought, oh God, what is this? Is this priesthood? Maybe get married and then you'll have somebody to, comfort, things like that. So that was the weird thought that came. Then I thought, every day we are not sick. So you don't need to get married to be comforted. It can go back into the same road that I have chosen. That is to the road to priesthood, and that's what I decided. where I was working, it is filled with mountains and hills. People live in the mountains. Walking is the only way to reach these villages. And the first parish where I was appointed, it had 66 villages. So each village has its own chapel. So priest is not able to go all the villages. Maximum they get a year 4 to 5 Eucharistic celebrations. So that's the time priest visits. So the priest go on foot all these villages. We used to walk 16 kilometers to go. It takes 2.5 hours to 3 hours to walk, climbing the mountains and plains. And when we reach, then confessions, celebration of the Eucharist, and evening we return. So walking 16 kilometers is not that easy. It is worth the trouble. Your all tiredness is gone when we see so many people waiting for you, waiting for the sacraments and the Holy Mass. And now I can reach, faster from Canada to my home than when I was up in north. Because of course, from here we go by flight. It takes almost 30 hours. But when I come from north to south, from Orissa to Kerala, it used to take 36 hours by train. So when Archbishop Smith asked, how do you see being here? I said, it is faster to reach home from here than from the northern part of India to the south. No, it is always a celebration of the Eucharist, and it has not changed. It is the same, when we go even back home or here, the eagerness of the people to have the sacrament is really a motivating factor. And after coming here, the same, even for the daily Mass, people are really faithful. It's not really the number. When you get 10 to 15 or 20 people, still this 15 or 20 people, they are the powerhouse of the church. And they are faithful every day. That is worth the celebration of the Eucharist and really meaningful and fruitful. I don't see anything difficult to being a priest. I have decided to be a priest. I do the best as a priest. So I believe it's my calling. I do my best and leave the rest in the hand of God. And the one who called will take care of it. Again, it's not my priesthood or your priesthood. It is a priesthood of Jesus Christ. So there is no place for fear, because if you think that my priesthood, then I have to be perfectionist or do the best. It all depends on me. No, it's not depending on me. If He has called me with all my weaknesses and strength, then He will give me the grace and strength to do everything that is possible. He has not told that because you become priest or faithful Catholic, everything will be easy. No. All what He said, I will be with you and I will give you every ounce of strength that you need. Trust in the Lord and do your best. And that's all what I would tell anyone who wants to become priest.